Okay, so I'm just going to take a second to walk through what this lesson will look like. So before the lesson even gets started, I'm going to make sure to have materials ready. For example, maybe with some paper plates or pipe cleaners or straws, toothpicks, Legos, Play-Doh, stuff like that in order for an activity that will happen at the end. Another thing I will make sure to do is prep all the things that I'm going to be using. So, you know, like computer, different videos that will need to be pulled up, etc. So to start, students will watch a BrainPop video that I will have pulled up before the lesson starts. This BrainPop video is all about goods and services, and so we'll watch that together. Next, we'll have a discussion about goods and services, what the definitions are, what they mean, and then we'll make a T-chart on the board together that walks us through different examples of goods and services. So the students will have some time to think of some goods and services. Maybe some were mentioned in the video, some mentioned in our discussion, and we'll write those in the T-chart. After that, the kids in the class will go ahead and listen or read 2 books. One is called All About Farms and the other is called All About Factories, and this is on Reading A to Z or Raz Kids. So because this is a made-up classroom, I did teach this for student teaching, but I'm going to assume that they all have an iPad in order to do this activity. So students will either listen to or read it. I will have them listen to it if they need to listen to it and read it if they can. I think a good way of doing this would be listening to it first, reading it themselves the second time. So I think I would have each of them listen to it first, then read it themselves the second time if they have time to do that. Next, students are going to so after they're done with reading the goods and services books on Raz Kids, we're gonna finish our discussion and add any goods and services mentioned in the 2 books that they read to our T-chart. And then after that, students will participate in a STEM activity. Basically what this will be is the different things I had laid out, like the toothpicks, pipe cleaners, etc. They're going to use those to create their own good or service. This could be an apple. If you're a farmer, that would be a good, so they could create an apple. Or this could be a veterinarian. They could create a veterinarian out of Play-Doh, and that would be a service. Whatever they would like to make, taco, whatever it is. But after they create it, students will go ahead and explain it to the class. So one by one, we will call up different kids or different tables. Tables will go up and then they will explain their good or service to the class. This can be a really simple explanation, or if they need a little bit more time to explain it, then that's fine. But basically just explaining if it's a good, if it's a service, what it is, and why it would be considered a good or a service. And after that, we'll put all of our stuff away, clean up, and our lesson will be complete. So that is the step-by-step instruction of how our lesson will go down.